something that can extend out to about the length of the arms. So if we just joined, welcome, welcome. Today's class will just need a strap and a pillow. Right. We're going to start in child's pose when we have those two things. I'm going to let a few others come into class and, kind of just take it easy for the first few moments, finding that comfortable spot in child's pose and just meeting a few inhales, a few exhales, and I'll meet you there. Right. So a pillow and a strap are the two things we need today. All right, we're gonna find a lot of twists, a lot of standing twists, a little bit of core. We'll find, like I said a little earlier, some flows, some just to build that flexibility and bring some space back into the shoulders and the hips. We'll really feel those stretches also through the low back, right? So as we begin to situate, I'm gonna sort of shut my mouth a little bit and just find a few moments to observe. And that's observing the space around us, the surface beneath us, the breath flowing through, and the quality of breath we're able to create by just connecting into this conscious space, into this present state. Giving ourselves the permission to let go of anything that isn't here. Focusing on all that is right now. And through class these past few days, we've found our inhales to move through the count of 5 and the exhales to move through the count of 5. If we found a number that meets us greatest, go on and bring that into this space, into this pose right now. Just counting out our inhale, if that's through mind, if that's right there, out through the mouth. However that count meets us best. 3 inhales. And taking in this next big breath, grounding mentally just as much as we are physically. And exhale all the way out through the mouth. All right, we're gonna keep the pads of the hands into the mat and stretch out through all 10 fingers. So we're literally gonna find a stretch from the fingertips all the way down through the toes, starting here with just opening up through the hands, through the wrists, taking one more big breath as all 10 fingers float over your top mat. Rolling the shoulder blades apart, exhale. All right, we're gonna keep the hands as they are, or maybe plant the hands into the ground if that feels a little better. And then go on and slide the sit bones off of the heels for a second, curl the toes under. We're gonna go on and open up a bit more through the shoulders. So we're sort of sitting those sit bones back into the Achilles, rolling the shoulder blades apart again, almost hugging the mat with our torso, opening up through the back, through the shoulders, going and let the forehead rest into the ground for a moment, finding length through the C-spine, through the neck. And exhale all the way out through the mouth. pulling the navel in on that next exhale. So we'll open up through the back, through the sides of the back, through the middle of the spine. And then exhale, pull the navel in, press all that breath out of the body. One more of those nice big breaths, stretching out as far as we can. And exhale. All right. So we've found that length there through the spine. We're going to bring in some motion, some flexibility. Bring both hands right under the shoulders and the knees right under the hips, finding some cat-cow. Dropping the belly. I'm going and pull the navel in, tucking the tailbone under, shoulder blades pull apart. And we'll take just 3 of these, depending on if we're tight, maybe through the shoulders. Maybe we roll the shoulders forward as we round through the spine, and exploring the emotion to roll the shoulders back as we drop the belly and reach through the chest. Round through the spine, hold it there for a moment. Big breath here. And exhale. All right. Meeting into our tabletop, lifting the knees off the mat, grounding through the hands and through the fingertips. Go on and drive the tailbone up into the air as best as we can. Take a great big inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. One more big belly breath. We'll walk the hands towards the feet on that exhale and let all that breath out, stretching out through the back body, this time through the legs. Right, we're gonna go on and bend into the right knee, bend into the left knee, maybe lifting through those heels for a moment. The head can fall into the mat. So it's as if we were wearing a hat. It would just fall right off the head here. We wanna relax the neck as much as we can. First twist, we'll bend into that right knee and lift through the heel. All right, we're gonna feel a nice stretch, move out of the low back and down the glute. Let's go and bring the right hand to the outer edge of the left ankle, and then the left arm to reach directly up into the ceiling. If it's all right, bring the eyes into that thumb, maybe create some wrist rotations, loosening the wrists from the phone, from the desk. Take a nice big breath as we open through the collarbone. And forward fold, exhale. All right, halfway lift, find that alignment. Again, that spinal alignment, pull the navel in. Go and open straight across the collarbone, squeezing the shoulder blades into one another. Take a nice big breath. We might feel this through the hamstrings. On that exhale, forward fold. All right, go on and lift through the left heel. Go ahead and bend into that knee for a moment. Take a nice big breath here in through the nose, left hand to the right ankle, right arm reaches up into the air. So we're finding that same stretch, noticing which side might be a little tighter. It's always good to know before we start finding those breath to movement. Take a nice big breath in through the nose. And forward fold, exhale. All right, halfway lift, big breath, finding some strength in plank, crawl to the top of our mat. And of course, this is your practice. Remember that. Take a moment to maybe even drop the knees and just ease into everything, or even skip a plank today. Who cares? Take a nice big breath in through the nose, pull the navel in, tuck the tailbone under. Find your challenge, find your comfort. And on our exhale, press the tailbone into the ceiling just as we had a few moments ago, and find our downward facing dog. And just as we had in that forward fold a few moments ago as well, go on and paddle out a little bit, loosening out through the back of the legs. And if this is too much on the wrists or on the shoulders, we always have that option to curl the toes under, drop the knees, and move back into that second child's pose we had, where we really found that space there through the back. All right, we'll take one more big breath in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. All right, a little bit of hip, right leg kicks up into the air. Hold it here. We could drop the left knee into the mat if we need to. Let's go on and bend into the right knee and press the right heel into the glute. Hold it here for a moment. and then go on and stack that right hip over that left hip and pull the right shoulder down. So this is another twist. We're rinsing out through the T-spine. Go on and open up through that breath, open through the lungs, through the diaphragm. Open mouth, exhale, let out any tight space. And one more big breath in through the nose. This time, right foot comes over to the top right side edge of our mat alongside that pinky finger. We could drop the left knee again. Always know that that's an option for you. Reach the right arm up into the air. Take a big breath in through the nose. 3 circles to the back of our space with that right arm. Big opening through that exhale, reaching through that inhale, and just taking our time with that breath, with that movement. Really allowing the shoulder to open, reversing that rotation. We got 3, 2, and 1. Go on and plant the palm into the mat, step back, plank position. Shifting our weight forward, chaturanga, hugging the elbows into the ribs. We could always drop our knees on this one. Drop the tops of the feet wherever we are, whichever variation we've chosen. Then go on and press our heart forward as we pull the shoulders back, reaching the crown high into the ceiling. Take one more breath here, sitting back, child's pose, rinsing out through those wrists. Take a big breath in through the nose, stretching out through all 10. Exhale, planting the palms into the ground. All right, take a big breath, lift the sit bones off of the heels. So we're gonna just take it all the way back to the beginning of class, curl the toes under, drive the tailbone towards the back of our space. Take an inhale here, opening up through the back, pull the shoulder blades apart. All right, slide both hands right under the temples, or right alongside the temples, and meet into our tabletop. We'll find 3 cat-cows. As we're now bringing movement and breath in together as one, noticing any differences, if that's the pace of our breath, if that's maybe thought moving through the mind, if we can recenter, regroup. And meeting into our neutral tabletop, we'll curl the toes under, lift the knees off the mat, drive the tailbone towards the back of our space. Take a big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Exhale, lift the tailbone up a little higher if that feels okay. Create space. One more inhale. Inchworm to the back of our space, finding our forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Go on and bend into that right knee. Lift through the right heel. Right hand to the left ankle. Lift the left arm up into the air. Take a big breath in through the nose. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, realign. And on our exhale, go on and find that forward fold again. Bending into that left knee, lift through the left heel. Left hand to the right ankle and find our twist. One more inhale. And let it go, fold. Halfway lift, big breath. Crawl to the top of our mat, plank position, utilizing the length of your mat here before you, and then curl those toes under, downward facing dog. All right, we'll do that same thing on the other side. All right, left leg kicks up into the air. Hold it here, then pull that heel into the glutes. So making sure that the hips are square. We'll take a big breath in through the nose and open up through that hip by stacking that left hip over the right. And then notice how that left chest, the heart might have swung towards the left side. Try to twist back into that perfect line through your right and left, through your east and west. One more inhale, open. On that exhale, left foot to the top left side edge of our mat, and let both hips again stay centered. So the right is on the right, the left is on the left. We could drop that right knee and bring the left arm up into the air. Take a moment here and 3 circles to the back, or if you'd like to begin your circles by reaching forward, all up to you. There are many opportunities for you to make these positions your own. And remember to just listen to the body. If you want to add anything more, subtract anything more, we'll place both hands into the mat. Stepping back, plank position. Shifting our weight forward, hug the elbows into the ribs. So we should feel the arms and side body connect and touch, drop the tops of the feet, and lift the heart up into the air, opening up and breaking apart any more tight space we may be hanging on to through that chest, through those lungs. One more breath, and downward facing dog. All right, take a big inhale, eyes to the top of our mat. Step, walk, or hop right in between the thumbs, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. So first time at the top of our mat, exhale, forward fold. We're gonna hang out here for a moment, maybe bring the feet out a little wider, create that space here. Maybe let the head relax, maybe the hands can be behind the head or hands come onto the elbows. If the eyes are open, we could see right past the knees. We could see the back of our mat. Noticing where we may be grounding through the feet, if that's more through one area than the other. And taking one more breath to connect. And exhale, thanking gravity for this stretch here for a moment. We'll go on and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow, standing nice and tall at the top of our mat. Letting out a nice big exhale out through the nose or mouth. We'll bring both arms up into the air, reach through the fingertips. And exhale, hands into heart center. All right, lace the fingers together, press the palms up, nice and simple. We're gonna reach the arms forward directly out of that shoulder line. Find fist and just create some circles there. Right? If you'd like, maybe bring the tops of the hands together, right? And create some circles. So it's as if we're finding a circle around a band, through the wrist, a bracelet, a watch. Right? We'll take one more big breath wherever we are. And exhale, lift both arms up into the air. Inhale. And on that exhale, find that forward fold. There we go. All right. We'll bring both arms up into the air again. Lift through those fingertips. Exhale, forward fold. Two more of those. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. We'll lift through the chest, hands to the shins, right foot to the back of our space. Runner's lunge to plank position. Bring both arms up into the air. On our exhale, twist left hand to the back of our space and open up through the chest. Right? We'll bring both arms back up into the air. Warrior two, dropping our right heel, sink. All right, we're gonna do that two more times. Inhale, crescent pose, lift through the fingertips. Exhale, left arm to the back. Inhale, both arms reach high. And open, surfing our mat, warrior two, a nice deep lunge into that front knee. So last one, inhale. Creating as much space as we can, rinsing out through that diaphragm even. Inhale, lift both arms up. And exhale, warrior two. All right, reaching forward. Extend our side angle. We've seen these before. Back arm to the back leg, reverse our warrior. And then we're gonna go on and cartwheel over, find our runner's lunge. Right hand is now right under the shoulder. All right, a little tighter of a twist. Left arm reaches up into the air. Take an inhale, 3 circles to the back. Exhale. And if you want to go rogue and maybe add a little bit more, by all means, that is always welcome. Reversing that rotation. All right, we'll place both hands into the mat and step to the top, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, let gravity take over, forward fold. All right, gentle bend into the knees if we need to. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Exhale, roll the shoulders back. lifting both arms up into the air, reaching through the fingertips. Hands come into heart center. Go on and lace the fingers together, press the palms directly forward, and then find your fists and create some circles. All right, reversing that rotation. And if you'd like, find a few rounds of our wrist rolls. All right, on that next breath, we'll move through that flow on the other side. Bring both arms up into the air. Exhale, forward fold. Arms lift up into the air, reach through the fingertips, letting out through that low spine, forward fold. Inhale one more time, let it out again, exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Left foot to the back of our space this time. Crescent pose, find some balance. On our exhale, right arm is going to reach to the back of our space, finding that twist. Notice what those hips are doing. We can connect back into those lines there. Inhale, crescent pose. Open warrior two, dropping our back heel and sink low. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift. So we have a little dance there with that back foot. Exhale, twist. Inhale, find those long lines again. Warrior two, exhale. And last one, inhale, reaching through the fingertips, lengthen out as best as we can. Exhale, twist. We'll bring both arms up into the air and open warrior two. Last warrior two here, reach forward, extend our side angle. Back arm to the back leg. And exhale, so we've opened through the side body. Exhale, fold. Right, plant that left palm into the ground. Right, rotating from the shoulder all the way up through the right fingertips. Notice if that right knee wants to slide out, try to scissor the legs a little closer into one another if that feels okay. If not, we could always slide the foot a little closer to that right side, creating our circles if we hadn't already. All right. We'll go on and reverse that rotation, finding that focus again. Noticing the surface beneath us, the breath flowing through us, and we'll place both hands into the mat and step to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant both palms, plank position. Shifting our weight forward, chaturanga, hug the elbows in, dropping the tops of the feet and open. We'll curl the toes under, downward facing dog. All right, so we're gonna find a flow that will move through 3 times total. All right, and then after that, we're gonna start using the pillow and the strap and all that fun stuff. So if you'd like to find some stretches, anything that we'd like to add in on our own, or anything at all really, I'm just gonna demo what we'll be moving through next. We'll take a big breath and kick the right leg up, open through that hip, and tap the right elbow, kicking the leg up. Exhale, twist to the left elbow, and then exhale, knee to the nose. We'll hold it here, foot to the top, bring both arms up into the air. All right, from here, we step to the top of our mat. The heel and the knee are gonna be in that same line, and then the knee and the hip are gonna be in that same line. All right, we're gonna bring the elbows into cactus, and I'm getting a little cut off here with the camera, but we'll do with what we can. We'll hold here for a moment. Again, try to keep the hips square, and we're gonna twist, bringing the left shoulder behind us, maybe even wrapping the left forearm over the low back. But notice what might begin to happen through this left side. It may begin to open, all right? And then after that, this is Shiva, by the way. On that exhale, we'll find our runner's lunge, plank, chaturanga, and we'll do it all over again on the other side. All right, so when you're ready, find that down dog. We'll take a nice inhale, kicking our right leg high, and tap that right elbow. Kick the leg up. Remember, this is the first round, so we're just feeling each position out, taking our time, seeing where that challenge is. and pushing from that space. That's where growth is. Step to the top, exhale. Crescent pose, inhale. Kicking our left foot off our back mat, bending into the knee. And we're gonna go in and find those elbows into cactus. Hips are square, take a big breath in. Left shoulder comes back. Right, so we have that right shoulder and that left shoulder in that same line. Maybe we wrap the forearm over the low spine to find a bind. Take one more breath in. And runner's lunge, exhale. So we have sort of a untwisting when we come down into that runner's lunge. Plank position and chaturanga. Lift up and down dog. Left leg kicks. Exhale, tap the left elbow. Reach up. Exhale, twist. And knee to the nose. Foot to the top. All right, so we've really hit that core. We're gonna find that challenge there in that crescent pose. A little bit of core work there. Then a little bit more by kicking our right foot off that back mat. Preparing for Shiva, finding some balance. Pull the navel in, tuck the tailbone under. Finding our cactus with the arms. And right shoulder comes back. Maybe even bring the forearm over the low spine. Maybe even left hand pulls that leg from flying out to that right side. One more breath in. And runner's lunge, unravel, untwist, and ground. Plank position. Chaturanga. Lift up and down dog. We'll do that again. Right leg kicks up. Tap that right elbow. Kick. Twist. Kick. And knee to the nose. Foot to the top. Crescent pose. Left foot comes off our mat. Cactus arms, take a big breath in, recenter. Left arm to the back. Twist, hold, inhale. Unravel, runner's lunge. Plank position and chaturanga. Down dog. Really working for Shavasana here. Left leg kicks up. Tap that left elbow. Reach high to the right. Bring it in, squeeze the tummy tight. Foot to the top. Crescent pose. Right foot comes off our back mat. Go ahead and bend into the elbows. Cactus, take a breather. Right arm to the back. Maybe even hand comes onto that knee. Take an inhale, hold. Runner's lunge. Plank. Chaturanga. Last bit of work, I promise you, and I always keep my promises. Right leg kicks up. Tap that right. Exhale, twist to the left. Knee to the nose. Foot to the top. Inhale, crescent pose. Have we been able to create a little bit more space when we shoot that foot to the top? Have we been able to find a bit more ground as we float into the standing twist? Shiva, left arm back. Hold for a moment. And runner's lunge, unravel. Plank. Second to last chaturanga. Down dog. Left leg. Last bit of the core. Twist to the right. Knee to the center. And foot to the top. Crescent pose, bring both arms up. And on that exhale, we're gonna kick our back foot off our back mat, bend into the elbows, take that inhale, lengthen through the spine, twist. Rinsing out any more toxins out through that spine, any energy that no longer is needed. Forward fold, runner's lunge. Slide back. Last chaturanga. And exhale, down dog. Take an inhale here in through the nose. And exhale, forward fold. Or exhale out through the mouth, stepping to the top of our mat, forward fold. Halfway lift. And exhale, sliding the sit bones into the mat. All right. So we're going to release the legs from that work we just put in. We're going to grab onto our strap. We're going to place it first on that right ball mound. All right. And then go on and slide the back into the mat, kicking our leg up into the air. Go on and let the head fall back and into the mat. Sliding the toes in towards the hip. So we're pressing a little higher through the heel. And then go on and press a little higher through the toes. Maybe our grip has begun to come a little further down that strap. We'll take a few more of those. So we're just flossing out very gently, very softly and consciously. All right, and on that next exhale, we'll pull that right knee into the underarm. Keep the strap close. We could even keep it in the hand. And take a moment, pressing both areas of the low back into the mat. Take an inhale. And exhale. All right. Cross the left ankle over the right ankle. Bring the left hand onto the left shin. Rock up and down the spine and come into a comfortable seat. All right. We could keep the strap right in front of the shins. Lift both arms up into the air. Reach through the fingertips. And exhale, right hand to the left knee. Find our spinal twist. Inhale, bring both arms up into the air. Exhale, switch it out. And we'll go on and bring both arms up into the air. Reach through the fingertips. Hinging forward, forward fold. So we should feel this through the low back and hips. Detents through the thighs, through the groin area. And if it doesn't feel very great to bring the ankle to stack onto the other, it's always nice to sort of bring one in front of the other. And then go on and crawl forward and hinge, pulling out of the lumbar spine. And here's another few moments where we could let gravity take over. Noticing where that grip is throughout the body. Just as we release blockages and tight space and just clouded areas through thought, taking a nice big breath in through the nose and exhaling out any of that through the body. All right. We're gonna roll up one vertebrae at a time. Feel free to stay there a little longer. We're gonna move through that same stretch through all areas on the other side. So we're gonna slide both legs forward, place the strap onto the left ball mount, and slide the back into the mat and let the head relax. We could extend that right leg forward if we did the other side, or if we might need a little bit more groundedness on the low spine, all up to you. And then notice that the shoulders have sort of lifted off the back, sort of squeezing the entire front chest and maybe even neck into itself. Try to open up as best as we can. Pointing through the heel, pointing through the toe, finding those subtle movements to release a bit more through the legs. All right. On that next exhale, we'll bring the left knee into the underarm. We could keep the hands on the strap if we'd like. Go on and let the head fall a bit further into the mat, opening through the chest. Low spine melts a bit further. One more inhale. And exhale. All right, we'll bring the right knee to bend, hand right under the kneecap, and we'll cross that right ankle over the front of the left. Go ahead and rock up and down the spine, maybe tuck the chin under and slide into a nice comfortable seat. We're gonna bring the hands here onto the strap, take a nice inhale and reach both arms out to the distance of our mat, I'd say is a good one. Maybe even a bit wider. And I like to bring that A-OK symbol in just to release any tight grip, all right? We wanna just keep it nice and easy. Lift both arms up into the air. And exhale, bringing the arms behind us, opening through the chest. Meeting the chin into the sternum. Take an inhale, hold. Bringing the right ear to the right shoulder. Holding here, inhale, still lifting out from the sit bones. Holding here and let out any tight space through the trapezius, through the side of the neck. Meeting the chin into the sternum, take a moment. And switch it over to the left. Want to even out that space we just found. And the hands can stay here for support. One more big breath. And exhale. Meeting the chin into the sternum. And take a nice big breath. Reaching the arms overhead. Very slowly lifting the crown in towards the ceiling. And then exhale, hinging forward. All right. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time, stacking each vertebrae onto the next, and roll the shoulders back once we arrive. All right. We'll move through just the arm motion, bring both arms up into the air, and exhale, arms to the back. So we're releasing out through the front of the shoulder, through the back of the shoulder, bringing the arms up, and exhale, bringing the hands right in front of the shins. Two more of those, maybe closing the eyes, connecting into the lines of the body, from the lumbar spine, through the thoracic spine, through the back of the neck, out through the crown. And one more time, nice, great big inhale, lifting up. Exhale. Last inhale, reaching the arms high and hinging forward, letting the head relax. All right. You can let go of the strap. Maybe bring the forearms into the ground if that feels a bit greater for the shoulders, for the back of the neck. If we'd like a T-spine stretch, bring one hand behind the head and go on and reach that elbow up as high as we can without lifting the sit bone. And bring it in. Just a few more of those. Say two more. Couple. And switching it out if we chose to move through that variation. Being gentle, try not to jam the body into any areas it doesn't want to go into. Taking it easy, rolling up one vertebrae at a time, and roll the shoulders back. Right, we're going to extend the legs forward. All right. Bring the knees into a bend if you'd like. All right. And so we have this tiny little lift through the legs from the glute all the way to the heels. Right. We're going to bring the hands behind the head for a moment. Right. Go on and bring the elbows in to touch. Go on and open up through the back as much as we can. So we're fully pressing the upper spine into that mat. Then go on and open up, exhale. 4 more of those, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, elbows to touch. Exhale. So keeping that low spine into the ground, big breath, elbows in, and exhale. All right, now we're gonna remember how this feels on the shoulders. We're gonna come back here in just a few moments. First, I want you to slide over to the right side. Let's start with the right side, and we'll bring the hand into the ear for a moment. I want you to paint me like one of your French girls. I'm totally kidding. I always think of that when I'm in this position. So we'll bring the pillow right under the knee, right? We'll go on and let that pillow rest. If you'd like a bit more elevation, I'd say maybe fold it in half and let that knee sort of fall into that comfortable spot, all right? Then here, we're gonna extend that right arm forward. The forearm is exposed into the ceiling, all right? Try to find that comfortable spot on the shoulder. We're gonna go on and open the chest like a book. So we're gonna bring the left hand onto the right, right? Perfect touch together. And we'll take an inhale, open through the back, through that space we just had when we were lying and resting onto the mat for a second. And on that exhale, slide that arm past the chest, past the collarbone, head to fall into the mat, and eyes over that shoulder. All right, we're gonna try that again without lifting the head. We've got 3 rounds or as many as you'd like. Reach the arms, the left arm up into the air, and exhale, bring that left hand to the right. Might be a little further down, and that's okay. Exhale, cross over the heart. Exhale, eyes over the shoulder. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, hands to touch. Hold for an inhale. Exhale. Notice what that left leg is doing. If we're able to just let it chill out there. One more. Exhale, hold it here. And exhale, twist. Holding here as long as you'd like. Maybe bringing the right hand onto the glute and pulling that hip into that knee line. A lot of times we'll pull up into the shoulder and at this sort of angle. I want you to try to pull that knee over to the right. Taking one more breath in and exhale. All right, slide the low spine into the mat. All right. We'll pull that left knee into the underarm. Take a big breath in and exhale. All right, we're gonna slide the pillow over the other side and we'll do that same exact thing. So we're gonna slide onto the side body for a moment. And for the sake of recording purposes, I will slide into your direction. So we'll place the hand onto the ear. You can place the knee right onto that pillow. Make sure that we don't have any unevenness or a shift through the hips, that the right is directly over that left. We'll bring the left arm forward, all right? And take a nice big inhale, fingertips to touch. Out through the mouth, exhale. Letting go of any tension through that right leg. Take one more breath in. Right hand sweeps past the chest. Exhale, let the head fall back and twist. All right. We might need to take a moment and just situate into that comfortable spot where that comfort is. All right, making sure we meet that. We'll bring the right arm up into the air, keeping the head into the mat, and exhale over to the fingertips. Take an inhale, hold. Exhale, straight across the collarbone. We got 3 rounds of this. Inhale to lift. Exhale. Finding that nice smooth rotation. Exhale, rinse. Inhale, bring it up. Twist feels so much better when you're lying down, right? One more inhale. And exhale. All right, we'll hold it here for a moment or two. And in the future, when we have these twists and the knee is sort of floating, remember that's all right. We could bring a little bit more pressure into the outer edge of that right knee if we'd like a deeper twist and release out of the low back. We'll take one more inhale in and exhale. All right, sliding the low spine into the mat, pulling the knee into the underarm, into the chest if that feels better, then sliding the other in the same, maybe massaging out through the spine or creating some circles, spelling out our name, writing a love letter to our Friday flow. And if we'd like, adding an inversion by sweeping the legs overhead for plow pose. Or maybe we'd like the benefits of that inversion by kicking the legs up into the air. All right, but still keeping the spine grounded. All up to you. If you'd like to find shoulder stand, kick the legs up. Taking one more big breath in. And falling into Shavasana. Right. Allowing the shoulders to come out of any squeeze. If we need to bring the hands behind the ears again and pull the elbows together to find that spot. Go ahead and take those simple motions, making all the difference here as we relax into Shavasana. If we need and we don't want the low spine to lift, feel free to place the pillow under the legs. And again, we could always fold it in half and letting the feet externally rotate, the toes to come out to the right and out to the left. And the palms to face in towards the sky, remaining receptive to the energy in the space we've allowed back into mind, back into body. And as we meet this clearer state, take a nice big breath into the nose. I think on Fridays, my camera likes to fall. Sorry about that. All right. Taking those inhales through the count of 5, maybe a smaller number or a larger number. Counting out 5 breaths. Giving the mind this time to connect. If we find any wander, that's all right. Noticing that and coming back into that grounded space through our count. And observing the lift of the chest. Noticing the fall of the body as the mat supports every ounce from the head down to the toes. And letting go through that exhale. And we'll wiggle through the fingers, through the toes, reaching the arms overhead, stretching out as far as we can, maybe rolling out through the wrists and the ankle joints. And we'll bring both knees into the chest, option to slide into the right or slide into the left for fetal position. And pressing ourselves up into a comfortable seat to close our practice together with a few inhales, grounding through the sit bones, finding that string lifting us up into the sky, shoulders reach, and exhale, roll back. Noticing the areas of the body that may have felt tight, Noticing those areas of the body that may not. And one more big breath all the way in. And out through the mouth, release. We'll place both hands into heart center as we bow into the inner divine. Take a great big inhale together. And exhale, let go. I thank you for sharing your practice with me today. The light in me acknowledges and cares for the light that shines bright within each of you. Namaste. All right, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Friday. A nice, fantastic Friday, if you will. I hope that hit all the spots. A lot of times when, we have those tighter areas, we are sitting a lot, but a lot of times when we have those tighter areas through the lower half, we just need to release the spine a little bit more. And, as we know, everything's connected. So, if you let go of those tighter spots, you're going to begin to find a lot more space through the legs, hamstrings, all those great areas. But I'm sure you already know that, right? Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all next time. I'll see you all next week, hopefully. Yeah, take care. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.